Okay, I hope you've watched the actual introduction to the Roto node for last week's session as well, and I've kind of introduced as well using Roto. Um, Although I've used a tablet, but you can obviously use a mouse as well. That's absolutely fine. There's no much difference, but I prefer using a tablet. However, um, hopefully in about a couple of weeks when we are back at university, I'll really encourage you to borrow the tablet for another 6 weeks and just use it. Really, it's just you'll see that because you've already used a tablet who in the first year. So okay, so let's start. So we got your task one here, and what we're going to be doing is literally selecting the orange jar, juice jar, and then we're going to select these oranges as well. And if I just quickly show you what I've done here, so on merge, I've the operation I've used as from, uh, and if I just go over, that selects the whole image, including the oranges. But if I just want to cut that off, okay, so I can just go on from and sorry, just go here, and that cuts it off nicely. I'm going to just draw a shape and edit that shape first on a jar and just give you a demonstration. So if I can just bring my jar from here and just bring my viewer, just connect that. I'm going to start with what really I would advise you, if you can go on the Roto exercise 1 and 2 on your OneDrive, and then if you can go on oranges, juice in a glass jar. So from there you can just pull out the first frame, and I'm just at the moment it's literally a still static image. I want to just explain how it works. So just bring out the first frame literally. So first thing what I'm going to do is try to open, try to get a Roto node first. So if I just go on all, okay, and I'm going to just simply name that. So I'm going to just say glass jug G orange. So just put orange there. Okay, so that's my first name there, and what I'm going to do is now is try to draw a rotor. Okay, so I'm going to just simply open that up and bring it down. Oops. And I don't know why it's there you go. It's fine. Sometimes it happens. And if I just open up from here and let's go on my Bezier tool, and I'm going to just start selecting. So I'm going to just start going zoom in, and you can just kind of give one, probably I can just do, the less points the better. And here you can see this, there's a little shade there, so I can just simply see from here how can I kind of manipulate from there. There we go. And then here I can just bring out from here. Okay. There is a way, because obviously at the moment I've only got hard edges, which is a cusp edges, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Z and select all of them, and then it will give me a nice shape, so that'll curve it all in. And I'm going to just do a little guess here what's happening. Sorry, I'm just going out of the, let me just bring this in a bit more. There you go. And then that's it. There we go. Okay, come out. And then we can just do this, this, and there we go. Okay, now I can simply select all of it, And if I just press Z, let me just go in, just press Z, there you go. And if I just press Z more time, it just gives you a nice kind of shape there where I can just now start setting it up. So if I can just go in here, oops, and start using my tool. Sorry, let me just go back, select all, and then start giving a nice kind of curve there. So just simply select, and these are the handles, which are really good. See, this one is a good one. So if I just move my handle there, it sets here, but here it's not curved in. So let me just press on the control key, and then bring that in a bit more. So see that only one handle has been used. So that's a really good way of kind of creating shapes. Just bring that in a bit more here as well, just to, there you go, and then perfect. Here as well, just kind of bring it down a bit more, so tighten that up a bit more. Okay, that shapes look fine for me. Just kind of blend it in a bit more. I'm not 100% sure if that edges the glass, but let me just go up a bit more. Maybe not. Let me just bring it down a bit. So there we go. Edge, perfect. Just bring it out a bit more, in a bit, and here I've just done a guess, and it's absolutely fine. There we go. Right, so that's my selection done in a if I now preview this by just pressing F, it just comes to the screen, or H, it will just kind of zoom in a little bit more, and then of course with your mouse as well you can move in and out as well. So if I now bring in a kind of a color correct, because at the moment I really can't see this, so let's view that in a in an alpha channel. So if I just kind of press press 1 on your Roto, so there's nothing there, but if I just press on the screen now itself, press A, so that's my alpha. Okay, so what really the exercise is all about is, if I go back here, is I'm going to cut that off as well. Okay, so let's create another Roto here. Let me just get my Roto again, and this time let me just move that a bit more and double click, and I'm going to just name that as orange 1 ng1, because there's going to be a repeat. Double click there, and now let's go here. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Bezier, and this one, you see why I'm going to use that. So I'm going to just start putting some points here. There you go. Okay, there. Block that, and then you can clearly see that we are looking at the inner shape here. So if I move in, and if I just kind of start selecting the outer points, and you can see it gives me a nice smooth shape, so I can just kind of start looking at something like this, so which is perfectly fine. So these are my edges, and there we go. I can see it comes inwards. If I want to add more points, see here I can I think I can add another point in here. I can go here, add points, and then that will define nicely for me. There you go. So, and then I can push that back as well. Maybe I need another point here. Okay, so off we go with that. Perfect. There you go. Okay, so pretty much there. Just let me just finish this off quickly so we can just kind of start working in the operation of cutting them off and using a merge node. Okay, just kind of work on this. Cancel this. Alright, just double click here. B-spline. See here as well, I can create another point. Sorry, just add another point. Make sure you always go back on your selection, all selecting tool, so that it doesn't start creating more points than you want. So there you go. So I can just kind of finish this off in a minute. There we go. And I think I'm happy with that. I don't want to get another. It's fine. Okay, so that's my shape done. Okay, so what we're going to do now is add a color correct to actually view our roto. So if I just because what we can even do, as I explained earlier, and I can simply press 1 here and just press A. So that's an alpha here, and then again if I just press, so you can see that there we go. So I've got 2 of my alphas there, but what we're going to do is preview them while we are viewing our image. If I just press A there, sorry, excuse me, and then we're going to add a color correct node here, and then we're going to connect them together from the mask. So if you just simply go on color correct, tab key, color correct node. Okay, so if I just bring that in here, and I'm kind of just simply just offset something, or just the bluish kind of color rather than red. So if I just go back here and just do that, and I've got my color correct there, and if I just go here, that's my mask, and I'm going to connect the mask into my rotor. So that means the only thing I will be seeing at the moment, you can see that I've kind of color corrected the whole kind of clip, the whole frame here. But what we need is simply bring in your mask, connect in here, and I can only see the orange jug. Now what we're going to do, if I connect the background to the oranges, that only adds to that. What I want to do is subtract. So if I just connect that and see what's happening here, so what we need to do is do subtraction between 2. So at the moment, if I just connect that, so that adds to it. So let me just now create a merge node. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, if I just kind of create a merge node, let's go on your tab key, merge node, and now I'm going to merge them together. So if I just now bring my color correct mask in my merge now, Okay, and now what I'm going to do is B over A. So at the moment it's all still there, but what we're going to do is where my operation is, make sure that you click on your merge node. It's at the moment it's over. I'm going to go from, so you can see very clearly that I've successfully cut off the oranges. Okay, so that's a very easy principle to understand, and now what we're going to do is move on to this other exercise. So we have drawn a shape, edited it, controlled the shapes and edges. The opacity, if I can quickly show you, so if I just double click here, let's go on your merge, let's go on your section here. I've got this feather effects here. So if I just use my feather, so if I just click on my Bezier, and see if I just gain the upper bit more, that covers that part here. See that? So I'm just giving a slight feather there, and this point, what we can even do, because of how far this has gone in, I can literally click on this little pointer here and drag that out. See that? So that can be nicely done. So that's gone a bit too far. Let me just bring that in slightly, a bit. So that's where your you can drop in your feather. If I just move in a bit more, let's try doing that. There you go. Okay. Again here as well, I can just literally drop in a tiny bit of that. See, you can't just literally go in a bit more. That's it. Finalize that. Perfect. Oops. Right, sometimes this will happen. So although I've used a feather 3, that means it's covered the whole lot, and it's kind of overrided that. So I think if I just come out from here, let me just bring that back to 1. I just can just bring it manually, just kind of, so that you have more control over these edges, and then it'll be fine. So let me just bring in this part here as well. There you go. Okay, so now let's have a look at our oranges, how they're gonna do. So let me just go on the merge here, and let's go back on our operation, and I'm gonna just simply click from to over. So let's see how I can still see some blur there. So let's just go and have a look at our oranges. If I just only have a look at oranges as my mask, so just press 1 and then A. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so let me just go back into 1 and A. If you just press A, you go back to your normal screen with your alpha. If I double click here, let's go on the oranges, and if I do a bit of feathering here, so I just kind of show you, so it goes up. So that means it's easy doing, but here again you can see. So what we're going to do is go back and press 1, and I'm going to just individually bring stuff in out. So if I just kind of bring this down a bit more, that goes up. The feathers, there you go. So that's kind of, you can get a really nice control over that. So this feather is 0, isn't it? Sorry, the feather was actually 0, not 1. So just wanted to make sure that that's kind of deep. Okay, so we're gonna view this in a minute in the alpha channel. Just wanted to quickly show. Okay. Nearly there. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just have a look at in an alpha channel. Let me just hit that, go right in, and here you can see the blur come up. So it just really depends. Even if I give you a quick demonstration on here, so if I just simply click there, you can see that you can extend your blur, you can bring it down, but it depends on the actual shot itself, how you can manipulate your image and how you can bring in. Now your opacity here obviously is low, but the more high the opacity, the more better with the effect of your actual alpha channel, because if you want to cut that out, so we leave it there. This is feather where you if you're planning to overall feather an image, but in most cases I've seen that you have to manually go into every points to do it, because it depends on how the shot is laid out. Okay, so if I just come back here, and now we're gonna, if I kind of just preview that, there we go. So now if you just look at how we can animate the jar. So let me just connect that quickly here, and if I can go back again to double click this, and I'm gonna do from, there you go back to where it was, and let's now look in how we can animate this jar, because if you can bring in the same footage, if you just doing an exercise, just you can bring in the whole kind of orange jar in sequence, which is your task 1 and 2. So it will be on your folder, which is called Roto example 1 and 2 orange juice in a jug, and you just simply drag your whole sequence file in here, or you can read it out. And if I just play this here, you can see that's our sequence there. I can even click here and then only select only my jar from, and it will still happen there. There we go.